So one of the things that I read that was a quote from you that I thought was kind of fascinating was
Oh,
that,
no.
yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay.
Was this idea that you would hope that writing and directing this would affect you somehow as a parent or change you.
Oh, absolutely.
What did you mean by that?
Well, look, if you're going to spend 2 or 3 years of your life working on something, it would be nice to be paid. It would be nice to enjoy the work, and it would be nice to be proud of what you make. But if the story and if getting into these themes and exploring them, if I really do my job, which means pour everything into it, then I'm going to learn some things about myself. And if I'm writing honestly and trying to imagine parents who are doing the best they can and a kid who's also trying to understand what his parents are doing, I'm going to draw from a lot of my experiences, and in this case, many of my mistakes, or as I like to call them, parental crimes, then I'm going to be revealed to myself. I'm going to see myself in ways I hadn't seen myself. And some of what I found was parts of me that I wasn't so proud of. Things where I thought I was being a good parent, but I was actually passive-aggressively, or I was wanting my kids to be people that maybe they don't want to be. But the good news is there was still time for me to make some adjustments as a parent. And even if what I came out of it was an appreciation for the messiness of life and the beauty of imperfection, if that were to happen, that would be great. I hope my stories are I'm not preaching in my films, but I hope they're useful. I hope that people can look back at them in a film like this and say, oh my gosh, this makes me want to spend more time with my kids, or call my dad or my mom and make an amend, or actually make a whole new family, start over. This one didn't work, whatever, but become more vital and become more alive.
I think what I like about the imaginative premise is that it is totally what I think people do. It's very human, you sort of decide what you want your child or your life to be like, and then if it isn't that, you react maybe not so well, but it doesn't judge the parents either, which I thought was great.
I also think the reason they're putting these ideas into a box and burying it is not because they think they're going to get a kid. This is their way to give up to imagine it so they can grieve it. It's a very healthy step to say, okay, this isn't going to happen. I've created a symbolic act which is going to let me move on. Yeah. They know they need to move on. In fact, they say, we're going to move on tomorrow. They just don't know what's going to happen that night.
I just have to say that CJ is such a discovery. He lights up that screen, and I can't believe how young he is.
He's very young.
I know. And
he was in one little film of mine called Dan in Real Life, but he had a tiny part. It wasn't a little film, but he had a small part. But I mean, CJ is a dream come true. He's a great kid. He comes from a great family. He's going to do amazing things in this life. Whether he chooses to act anymore or not, he'll decide. But I'm really confident that he's the special kid that he is, and he did such a beautiful job. And Jennifer and Joel and I and everyone who worked on the film, we just love that kid.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing this on AMC screens.
Oh yes,
Thank you.
AMC baby.